Let's do this. Next up, we have Canto VII Boss Battle 4 theme from the Limbus Company OST. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happening here, musically. So if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, become a member, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Two disclaimers. Number one, this is my first time ever hearing this track, at least paying attention to it. So I will be pausing a lot. I'll be pausing as I will be pointing things out as I hear them and as I realize them. And number two, this is recorded live on stream on a single take. So whatever happens, happens. With that being said, let's do this. Canto VII, Boss Battle 4 theme. Let's go. Okay, so we start with a very chaotic set of a lot of things. We have the orchestra doing its thing. We have the percussion. Most of this is the percussion section. So in a percussion section in an orchestra, you can have pretty much anything you want. So it sounds like we're having a bunch of different ones giving us many different sound effects. We're having a soprano vocalist singing a vocal line. We are having I think I heard a bell, which counts as percussion, and some of the other orchestral instruments giving us this almost quasi-tango feeling to it before falling back into a more enigmatic thing. KCB, thank you for the prime sub. 21 months. Thank you so much, man. Welcome today. How you doing? Appreciate it, man. So yes, we have this going on here. And by the way, a soprano, let me explain the soprano, because when it comes to vocal ranges, we have four main vocal ranges: soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. These are the four main vocal ranges. There are more, but these are going to encompass pretty much everybody else, right? So a soprano is going to be a woman of the higher end of the range. They can go pretty freaking high. Alto is going to be the lower end of women. Tenor is going to be the higher end of men. Bass is going to be, of course, the lower end of men. And most, I would say about a solid 80% of people fall into any of these categories. And then you have things like mezzo, soprano, which it can be like either has the range of both the soprano and the alto, or has an range in between. And then you have stuff like the baritone, which is going to be same in principle, either the range of both the tenor and the bass, or is going to be a middle range. And then these six are going to be like 95% of all vocalists out there. And then you will have all of the other ones that just completely go everywhere, right? Like there's like the basso profondo, there's the tenatura, I think it's called. Like there are so many others that are a lot more specific, almost case by case kind of thing. So what we're having here is a soprano. Let's see where this goes. Okay, so you can hear now we have a chorus singing. What we are naming, most of these are because of their Latin. Like a lot of the names in music are going to be either Latin or Italian. Some of them are going to be French, a couple in German, but the overwhelming majority of terms are going to be in Latin or Italian, because the church had most of the control throughout history and the history of music, of Western music at least. So, now we are having a good chunk of the orchestra is being carried by the percussion. We're having that snare, we're having the bell, which again, when it comes to instrumentation and orchestration, you want to pick the right instruments, not just for the right texture and sound, but for the right psychological response. A snare drum, especially an orchestral snare drum, is going to be a very militaristic sound. The sound of battle, which, boss battle. The bell is usually going to be associated with something definitive, some sort of commitment. You have the wedding bells, you have the church bells. Usually it's going to be for something life-altering, life-changing, whether it is a wedding, a funeral, something like that, right? So it's always going to be signifying something like that, giving you that. And then we have the rest of the orchestra, which I think I'm hearing some of the brass giving us a lot of the notes, and doubled with the string orchestra, with, you know, the violins, violas, cellos, double basses, giving us the beat, kind of giving us a fairly unstable beat, but at the same time not entirely. It's a pretty interesting one. And then we have the chorus, soprano, altos, tenors, and basses, giving us this really cool, just epic sounding vocal lines. Let's see. There you go. Spanish the guitar. Ooh. Okay, so now we've switched over. We had a moment of basically nonsense. You know, we had a moment of what could have been interpreted as a battlefield, because there were a couple of sounds of swords going around, that kind of thing. No wonder some epic boss fight songs have those kind of bells and trumpets as well, because trumpets also signify the same thing. So they are going to be very commonly used for that. However, right now, we've gone from this ominous, erratic rhythm to a very straightforward rhythm, which I think might be 3/8 or 3/4, depending on how fast this one is going. So let me explain this, right? So when it comes to music, you have three main blocks that make every music out there: melody, harmony, rhythm. When it comes to rhythm is the use of time. Time, how fast things happen, when they happen, how fast, how slow, duration, everything. And this is subdivided into measures or bars. Those are interchangeable terms, by the way. And each of them, the duration of those individual measures or bars are defined by a time signature. Time signature is written by using two numbers, an upper number and a lower number. The upper number is the number of whatever notes might have. The lower number is the type of notes that the upper number will have. So in English, it's super easy to remember. So whole notes is 1, half notes is 2, quarter notes is 4, eighth notes is 8, so on and so forth. So 4/4 is 4 quarter notes in a measure, which means a single measure is going to have the same space as 4 quarter notes. Just imagine that I can draw, right? And the cool thing is, one whole note has 2 half notes, 1 half note, 2 quarters, 1 quarter, 2 eighths, 2 eighths, 1/8, 2 sixteenths, so on and so forth. So 1/4/4 bar holds 1 whole note, 2 half notes, 4 quarter notes. And how do you count the 4/4? Since you are counting based on the quarter notes, you are going to count just 1 through 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which means if we change it over to 3/4, well, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And what we're having right now, I think it's going to be either a 3/4 or we're going to have a 3/8. Eighth notes usually are a little bit faster because, you know, it's shorter time. And right now the rhythm we're having is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, which I think would fit more 3/8, either 3/8 or 6/8, which it just changes depending on the feeling. The difference between 3/8, 6/8, literally how you count it. 3/8, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 6/8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, chorus, you have not. Welcome back. So yes, so we have that, and I still think it's 3/8 because of the accents that the rest of the orchestra is given, how heavy they're falling on that 4, like the first of the 3 notes. I think it's 3/8. Let's see where this goes. And And we had a very cool moment there where things just accelerate, going a little bit of a, not quite a polyrhythm, we're just changing the rhythms around. The rhythm is changing a lot over here. And most importantly, we are having a lot of doublings. You know, doubling is when you have more than one instrument or section playing the same thing. So let's see what it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Right there, I heard it. A flute glissando. So, a glissando is usually when you play something really, really fast, almost like you're sliding through. This is usually something reserved mostly for harps, pianos, maybe a guitar, flutes definitely, because it gives you that sense that you can just slide, create these really cool shapes, and they sound very smooth. They're very difficult to play in things like flutes, but when you play them, it's just such a strong accent to everything. It just highlights everything. And of course, we are doing similar things. So the motif here is a little bit difficult to discern, but it is there. The motif being the smallest version of your musical idea. It's mainly what the chorus is singing. However, the chorus is adapting this motif to the changing of the time signature, which gives the illusion that it is different every time, because it kind of is, because they're adjusting it, because a 4/4 measure or a 4/8 measure is going to be very different than a 3/8 measure, because there's a beat missing. You're going to have to compensate for that. Really, really cool. Let's see where this goes. Okay, and what we're having right now is that we have the chorus split. One part of the chorus, the higher end, is doubling the higher end of the instruments, doing what the violins, the flutes are doing, and the lower end is following the rhythm section, like those basses and the trombones, tubas. I think there's trombones and tubas right now, and the percussion. They are doing those, so we are having two sets of doublings, each of them doing their own things separately. This is wild, dude. Let's see where this goes. And we have a Spanish guitar. Oh. It's really difficult to hear, but the Spanish guitar is there. And the thing about a Spanish guitar is, unlike our regular acoustic guitars of nowadays, Spanish guitar, classical guitar, those strings are made of nylon, which means the sound is going to be very, very different than those of a of metal strings. And that's the sound we're getting. It's difficult to hear this solo because of how just everything else is drowning the sound, which could signify many things. It could very easily signify many things. You know, it could be that the guitar symbolizes the player. The player is alone, having this epic boss battle theme, being very overwhelming against everything else, because it is overwhelming, this kind of sound. And of course, instrumentation, orchestration, you're picking the right instrument for the right reasons, including the right psychological reasons, which is, in this case, the acoustic guitar is the individual, alone, made of something completely different, does not fit, is not supposed to fit, but regardless of that, perseveres. So, There's this. Okay, we have the woodwinds now. Let me just let them play this out. Okay, so we heard that section just now. Absolutely beautiful melody, variations on what we have already heard before, but now it's a lot more defined. Because now the rhythm is allowing us to fully soak in what is happening, and most importantly, the doublings. We're having those woodwinds, you know, the flutes. Maybe I don't think I heard oboes. Maybe clarinets just doubling with the violins, just giving us these very, very gorgeous melodies, while those snares are still going on, dictating the rhythm of the whole thing. This entire time, the snares have not stopped giving us that rhythm, dictating the changes, dictating the pace. It's really cool. Let's see where this goes. Sounds like there's a music box there too. We escalate again. Damn. One, two, 1, 2. And we have a moment of going off the ramp. So going off the ramp is a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial just means there's no academic term for this, or at least I'm not using it. And I'm using this term to make it easier to explain the point. So this is a way of transitioning between parts and in this case, building up to the next bit. How do you do this and have the listener feel suspended in the air? Like you just went up off a ramp at the mercy of inertia kind of thing. Just remove the drums. For the first time in this piece, no drums. We just went for the guitar, music box, and whatever other small sections we had. For the first time in this piece, overcoming, persevering through, right before we jump back in. Let's see. Here it goes. There you go, it dictates... Oh! Melody again. Beautiful. Variations. Oh, the counterpoint there, very beautiful. So we are having, even though we are having a lot going on, we are still having moments where once the melody finishes developing and it holds a note, there is still going to be another part of the orchestra. In this case, we had like the higher end, you know, those flutes, violins, giving us this very beautiful melody. And when it finished, we had the cellos giving us this very beautiful response to it. Just, that was beautiful. Let's see. Part of it did, yes, maybe. Part of it, yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Puma. Go ahead. Okay, we repeat the melody, and it was beautiful. Okay, now we've changed the rhythm around to have accents. And not only that, we are doing a little bit of syncopation here, which is interesting because now it's the percussion doing the syncopation. So syncopation is when you play against the beat. So if we go back to the concept of 4/4, you have 4 quarter notes in a measure. So whenever you play anything on one of those quarter notes, that would be considered on beat, on the beat. Anything in between would be considered syncopation. So that's what we're doing right now with some extended rhythms. So we're very, very, very subtly changing these things, and by doing this syncopation we are achieving accents, because now the rest of the orchestra is highlighting this very specific rhythm that is a change of rhythm. So Spanish guitar in this track representing the boss actually, but it is an overwhelming fight. Okay, so I had it the opposite way. So the Spanish guitar is the boss in this case, and I guess then there's going to be some other stuff. Let's see where it goes. And we bring this one last time. And you can tell we are now in Climax territory, because we are bringing a good chunk of the material we already did before, and we've managed to fit it very beautifully over here. We got the music box with the lower strings doing its thing. The chorus is in full blast. Everything. The guitar is back. We're going even higher than before. The percussion is going ever wilder. On the beat, on the beat, on the beat, triplets! And then it repeats. And then it repeats. So there you go. Oh my god, there you go. Dude, that was a trip. There you go. That was a trip, and this is designed to loop back and keep playing until the level's over. Very incredibly done, man. That was wild. There you go. That was Canto VII boss battle for theme from the Limbus Company OST. That was awesome, dude. That was awesome. There you go. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So if you're watching this on the in the video archive YouTube thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, become a member, all that good stuff. Turn on notifications, all those things. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3 seconds, I will be linking it down below. If you want to request a song, by the way, if you're live on the stream, you can start requesting now. If you are not on the live stream and you want to request a song, go to the Discord. Discord is linked down below. Go to the LFA requests channel and follow the instructions on the pinned messages. And, of course, if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you want to know what time that is for you, we have the Discord, we have the Twitch channel below. I keep mixing up the terms in my head. The Twitch channel, the Twitch channel, the Discord, they both have the stream schedule showing in your local time zone so that you don't have to bother with like calculating or anything like that. And yeah. There's also the gaming channel. We put no, there is no OnlyFans, sadly for you. And yes, if you want, follow the gaming channel. We have a gaming channel where we put the VODs of our after shows. I'm catching up with a bunch of games, chilling out, that kind of stuff. Games Are Bastard, linked below, or search for Games Are Bastard. Same username as what you see. It's just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. There you go. Canto VII boss battle. That was awesome, dude. That was awesome. But yeah, let's move on.